Well, well, well. Look who we have here. Hello everyone, I'm Pep580 and I did not turn my lights on. There we go. Hi, I'm Pep580 and welcome to some more Final Fantasy XIV Online. My camera is all crooked now. There's Sonic. And there's me. Hi. So, last time we progressed quite a bit through main scenario quests and we entered the last stage of what is Heavensward, but there is an event going on right now that I would like to take a part of. It is going to reward us with a nice little minion, which is this little guy over here. It's a chocobo hatchling dressed in a dragon suit. It's so cute. Oh, curious about our delegation too, are you? That is, well, where I was just about to introduce our mascot, Ryunosuke, to this young lady. Ryunosuke. Look at him, so cheery. Feast your eyes on a horsebird among horsebirds, the pinnacle of plumage. I dare say Heavenstern has never hatched a mascot as utterly charming as our regal Ryu. Well, he's certainly adorable. But what's a Ryu? And why do you have him dressed up in that costume? An excellent question, you see. We wish to present the charms of the Chocobo and the Ryu in a lovable package. Just look at him waggle his scaly little tail. It's an exquisite combination, you must agree. And I would be remiss. Sorry, I can't read ever. And it would be remiss of me not to mention the craftsmanship that went into the outfit. Our weavers spared no effort to evoke the might and majesty of the Ryu in the diminutive form before you. The finished product is simply divine, is it not? I suppose. I still don't know what a Ryu is, but never mind. Thank you for letting me play with him. Yeah, you're not really explaining the Ryu or dragon part. Technically, Ryu, it is a dragon, right? But it is not the same as Kreisvelger, or Nidhogg for that matter, nor Bidofnir. This dragon is more like a Western type of dragon, huh? I mean, less like a Western type of dragon, huh? Yet again, I failed to convey the virtues of our mascot. I think you should start by explaining what a Ryu is. You come on the Ryu Metsuke's behest? I should be most grateful for your aid, adventurer. I seek only to share our mascot's charms with the people of Eorzea, but my every attempt has ended in failure, as you've just witnessed. Try as I might, I cannot see what I am doing wrong. If you have any advice, anything at all, I would be most eager to hear it. Well, you may want to talk more about the Ryu. The girl really didn't understand what a Ryu was. Talk about the Ryu, you say? Rather than tediously explaining tradition, I had hoped to initiate the people through our mascots. You believe this is not enough? It doesn't really help if they don't understand what you're talking about at all. Huh. It might avail me to speak with that young girl as well. Let her gaze upon Ryunosuke once more, and... Wait, but... Oh, wherever did our little mascot go? Followed after the girl, you say? We must find him, and quickly. Please, adventurer, will you not help me with a search? Thank you. Now then, I believe the girl set off in the direction of the tavern. The drowning wench, was it? If we find her, I dare say we will find Ryunosuke. Let's go find that Ryu. Alright. So, generally speaking, this is different, to say the least, but it is good. It's all well. I thought that was an error on my monitor, but no, it was a flag. Hello, Ryu Bugio. Thank goodness you're here. I've been asking this guardswoman about the girl, but I am struggling to make myself understood. Perhaps you can clear things up. The lady says she's looking for a girl with a Ryu, but I haven't the faintest idea what that is. It's a chocobo chick wearing a costume. Ah, then you must be speaking of the odd little critter I spotted a few moments ago. It was wearing what looked like a dragon costume and was waddling after a young girl. I'm afraid I didn't observe where they went, though. Sorry I couldn't be of help. Many thanks for your assistance! In my haste, I had neglected to explain the meaning of the word Ryu. As the Ryu Metsuke told me, the creature doesn't exist in Eorzea. If I had begun by clarifying that it is similar to a dragon, I could have avoided the misunderstanding. Oh, I dare say I know now why our mascot has so struggled to win over the masses. I shall speak with the guardswoman a little more, in case she has caught elves of note to share. Once I'm finished, I plan to scour the upper decks. In the meantime, might I trouble you to search the lower decks? Once we have finished, let us reconvene at Bulwark Park. And so, I am the one to go away? I am the one to go away. Going lower, trying to find that little Ryu. In this big ass area. Big area. Well, it wasn't all that hard. Altskiff? Did you find the girl? A young lass at a chocobo chick. I spied him walking past the Aetheryte, though I couldn't say where they went from there. Past the Aetheryte Plaza. So if they went through this way, must have gone into the Hawker's Alley. Hello, peddler. Can you tell me where the girl went? Huh? I know the lass you're after. Sibley is her name, and she's the... Okay, this is a little bit too loud. I'm gonna... Ooh, actually. Let me just really quick. This is at 70. This is actually okay. It's just the sound effect is a little bit too loud. Oh my god, in my ear. There we go. Actually, no, that only makes it lower for you. No, can I... Not that one. Not that one either. I need to... Here it is. Volume. Oh, that's better. My ears were pumping with sound. Sorry. I know the last you're after. Sibley's her name, and she's the daughter of a fellow merchant, a good friend of mine, in fact. You'd be hard-pressed to find a happier father and daughter. They go fishing at the river together all the time, they do. But he'll soon set sail for farewell lands, I'm told. Sibley's worried sick, and for a good reason. The ocean's a fickle mistress, and even a simple voyage could cost a man his life. In the road, she came through here earlier, but I'm afraid I couldn't say where she is now. Perhaps someone else can help you there. Alright, continue scouring the lower decks for more information. Well, actually, not too far from here, I would say. Hello? Do you know anything about Sibley? A girl with an oddly dressed chocobo chick. She passed by here just earlier. She looked a little lost, so I asked her if she needed help. But she told me she was fine and that she was heading to the Ageless River. Though I left it at that, I can't help but worry for her, out on her own. I hope you find her soon. You have enough information on Sibley's whereabouts. Make your way to Bulwark Hall and report. Yes, indeedy. Let's go. It's not really all that far. In fact, using an Aetheryte would have been a little bit of a loss of time. So, back at the Aetheryte Plaza. Okay, this I can go back up now that I can't properly hear it. Sorry, I didn't mean to make it super quiet for you. It's just, I wanted to make it quieter for me. There you are! By your triumphant expression, there I hope you've learned something of the little girl and our mascot. Yes, indeed. So the girl, Sibley, was headed for the Ageless River. That you should find just the information we need is auspicious indeed. For my part, in the course of speaking with the locals, I was able to learn more about dragons. That is, while they have many similarities with the Ryu of the Far East, they are in fact different creatures. I had been under the impression they were one and the same, and be it by their folklore or their status in mortal society, they are quite distinct. I had assumed that the people of Eorzea were like me, that they thought the Ryu was simply a dragon by another name. I suppose it is little wonder that Sibley looked so puzzled during our first encounter. When next we find her, I shall do my utmost to explain the true meaning of our mascot. Now, off to the Ageless River with us. Ageless River. So... Yeah, no, that is indeed in Lanosia. Let's run to Middle Lanosia, Suffergate, and to the Ageless River. Here we go. right over there. I see it. To be a mascot. This is a level 15 quest. By all means, I don't think we get experience from it. We're just gonna get the hatchling. Hello? Why is this here? Why is the chocobo there? At any rate, here's Ryonosuke. And Sibley. Hello, Sibley, how are you? I'm sorry to have followed you, but I was worried about you. I wish you didn't have to go, Papa. Huh? You're the adventurer from before. What are you doing here? Oh, thank the kami we find you, Sibley. I'm the lady in the fancy helmet, too. How did you know my name? I actually investigated a little bit because we were worried about you. You ran off and, you know, the little quack guy went after you, so... I see. I'm sorry to cause you both trouble. I just wanted to visit my papa's favorite fishing spot, where the chocobo chick ended up following me all the way. Well, he's safe with you now. If there's nothing else, I'll be off. Pray, wait a moment. In the course of searching for Ryonosuke, we couldn't help but learn that your father will soon embark upon a voyage, and it has left you feeling troubled. I realize we are but strangers, but if you are not averse, will you not talk to us about it? It's alright. My papa, he's heading to Hingashi for trade. I heard that it's a long and dangerous journey, and it made me worry. I wanted to pray to the navigator to keep him safe at sea, but then I found out that Limlane wasn't chosen this Heavensward, and it made me worry even more. I see. As you say, it isn't the navigator, but the keeper who presides over the heavens this year. But if not the navigator, I thought I could at least pray to a god from the far east. That's why I went to talk to you. So that is the way of it. You came to me hoping to beseech our divinities to protect your father. But in my fervor to showcase our mascot, I failed to lend an ear to your earnest desire. Well, I hear you now, young one, and I shall tell you a tale about the Ryu that will grant you comfort. I just, need to call a suitable one, something that ideally features the ocean. Quick! Oh? What's gotten into you, little one? Curious what lies that way, are you? It's a place called Wood Whisper Canyon. Papa told me that the waterfalls appear there after the calamity, and they change the flow of the Nim River. Waterfalls changing the course of a river. I believe I have the perfect tale for you, Sibley. One that will bolster your spirits as your father departs on his journey. Let us head to these waterfalls, and we might avail ourselves of their ambience. Even Ryonosuke is keen, and wouldn't want to ignore such a fortuitous omen. Oh, you do get a little bit of experience, huh? Well... shame on me for getting the experience for this class, then. It's just 1,440, it's not really all that much, but... unlike a dragon. Reference to, perhaps, like a dragon? Come, let us head to these waterfalls. They would provide the perfect setting for my tale. Alrighty. This person is doing the quest too, and they're following us, and that's cool. Oh my Greek God. Here we go. It is up here? I thought it was gonna be down, for sure. Guess it makes sense not to get the kid too close. Let us begin. The Ryu is a creature that shares many similarities with dragons of Eorzea, but as I myself recently discovered, it is in fact a distinct being. Nor is there just the one Ryu, nay, there exist myriad individuals, all of whom have their own tales, and the creature I will speak about is the mighty Seiryu, one of the four lords, who legends holds birthed a great waterfall in the far east. Oh, sorry, I can't see properly on my right eye. My dog licked my glasses not too long ago, so... That does sound exciting, doesn't it? In the region of Yangtze flows the One River, and its plentiful waters nourish nearby lands. In ages past, it is said Seiryu drank so deeply of the river that he altered its very course, and in so doing gave rise to a waterfall, the Dragon's Struggle. While it is not widely known, Seiryu was also regarded as a guardian deity who protected people from disasters of water. Hi, Espresso. Disasters like storms and floods. Indeed. Long ago, it was believed that calamities could be quelled by sacrificing a young maiden to a divine beast such as a Seiryu. And while no written records exist, there is a tale of a seaside village that fell in the path of a raging storm. Desperate to calm the heavens, the villagers offered unto Seiryu one of their daughters. However, Seiryu showed no interest whatsoever in the young girl. To merely know the villagers' plight was enough for him, it seemed, and he turned the course of the storm and spared them untold devastation. A benevolent being in Seiryu, who wields his power over water for good. Even now he hears our prayers, and protects us and our loved ones from harm. That, my dear, is just one example of the noble beast we celebrate this Heaven's Turn. Together, let us offer a prayer to Seiryu, and wish your father safe travels and calm waters. That sounds perfect, miss. Thank you so much. We must thank Kurionosuke as well. Were it not for him, I might not have recalled the tale of Seiryu. Quick! Now you can pray to Seiryu for safe travels too, adventurer. Oh, but perhaps you already heard the story. That was my first time hearing it too, actually. Didn't know anything about Seiryu. Really? Well then, I'm glad we could hear it together. Now that I think of it, miss, you said that no written records exist of that tale. How did you come to know it? An astute observation, Sibley. You see, my family is said to be descended from the maiden who was offered to Seiryu. As long ago as the event took place, there is no way to confirm the tale's veracity. But if true, then it is by grace of Seiryu that I am here, alive. Thus have I made it my mission to spread the word of his noble kind. Looking back from the time you followed after Sibley, it is as if you have been guiding me, little one. I may be your caretaker, but it was you who was watching over me. Just like an honest-to-God's Ryu. Just like an honest-to-God's Ryu. Sorry, that was Sibley. With this, I now know what I must do to initiate people into our traditions, and I shall continue doing so for as long as the Ryu reigns in the heavens. Come, let's head back to the city together. We wouldn't want to make our father worry, now would we, Sylvie? Your father, not ours. I am not your sister, although you can be my little sister if you want. Less than a month left for what, Espresso? Oh, by the way, you weren't here the last time I streamed, but I wanted to show you something. I downloaded the thing. I got the thing, so, yeah. At some point. Anyways. Did you see what I was talking about? The thing? Almost February indeed. Well, it's literally just the 5th, but yeah. Excited Espresso is excited. Let's get back. Alright, I can't mount a dragon inside of the cities. Whoopsie daisy, I forgot about that. Alrighty then, upper decks we go. Well, I'm just gonna take the elevator here and stay at Hey, Greffer. The 3rd, right. I forget the exact date, but hey, your birthday is pretty close to when I'm at peak work. Yeah, it would be nice actually. It will be on the weekend, right? We can do that. I mean, I might get started beforehand just to learn the basics, but yeah, we can play on your birthday. It's 5th, 4th. Yeah, it's Saturday. Saturday the 3rd. So, yeah. I'm down to do that. There you are, adventurer. Lest you wonder, young Sibylle is now safely home, and I have just apprised the Ryu Metsuke of our fruitful outing. Now that I have discovered a more suitable approach to my draconic dilemma, I wish to wander the city again for onlookers. Though I regret to impose upon you once more, your support with Sibylle was most helpful. Might you accompany me while I make my rounds about the area? With your discerning eyes, I am certain that you could readily identify those who might be receptive to our message. What say you? I'm truly grateful. Come, let us set forth at once. The Ryubyugyou and Ryunosuke are now accompanying you. Keep them at your side in order to proceed with quest objectives. You can leave the Ryubyugyou by entering a different area, or by speaking to them and selecting the option to part ways. If you wish to have the Ryubyugyou and Ryunosuke accompany you again, return and speak with them at the original location. Alright! Hey, we got a bigger party! Bigger party! If you do, I won't be able to teleport with you. Oh, okay. Hello, onlooker? Alrighty, so I'll start the game when I get to you. Or rather, I'll start the game the day of your birthday then. It will be your birthday present then. Huh? What the hell is that chocobo chick supposed to be dressed up as? Yunosuke here is wearing a costume that mimics the Ryu, dragons of the Far East. It is held that these creatures have mastery over water, and a sailor such as your good self may benefit from knowing about them. Huh, if you ask me, it looks more like a sea serpent. Hold it, it wouldn't have anything to do with the thrice-damned primal Leviathan, would it? I assure you there is no connection whatsoever. Far from causing disasters of water, the Ryu is a benevolent beast that protects us from them. If you are interested in knowing more, I invite you to seek us at the out at the aft castle. Is that right? Still, here in Limsa, we've got the Navigator. That's all the protection we need on the high seas. Ah, yes. I understand the people of your nation look to Limland to favor them with safe voyages. Be that as it may, the disasters of water can strike beyond the bounds of the sea, in which case, placing your faith in the Ryu could provide you with added insurance. Huh, I suppose it don't hurt to have more friends in high places, as it were. Fine, fine. I'll go and see what this is all about. Alright, and both of them go together. That's nice. Alrighty, have to be together from the start. Okie dokie. And it's fine. I can figure out the controls from there. Karan Ramsus earns the achievement next time on Dragon Bow. What is that? How do you do that? That seems amusing. Next time on Dragon Ball Z. Hello, resolute resident. By the gods, I had just resolved to salve my soul with the sight of adorable creatures this year, and what should appear but the most charming of chocobo chicks? What's your name, little one, and what is it that winsome outfit you're wearing? You have a keen eye, sir. This little fellow is Ryunosuke, and he is dressed as a Ryu, a dragon of the Far East. By thus attiring he holds his favorite beast of burden, we hope to create a symbol of friendship between our lands. Well now, that this adorable form should harbor such splendid symbolism, I'd never heard of this Ryu before, but now I'm keen to know more. In that case, sir, I invite you to seek us out at the aft castle anon. There, we will be glad to answer all your questions. Excellent, we shall head there at once. Yeah, around this time, I think a little bit earlier would be the best option, like at around 6, my time zone, so I think that would be 7 on yours. More or less. Still, a little bit unsure if I'm gonna be able to do it exactly at the time, because, like I said, that's usually when my work peaks are at. And I might have to work throughout the weekend a little bit, but yeah. If I'm available for it, then yes, it would be at about the same time. Because right now it's about to be 10 for you, right? Alrighty then. Idle Yellow Jacket. What's up?
Yes? How can I assist you and your curiously dressed chocobo chick?
If I may shed some light on the mystery of our mascot, little Ryonosuke here is named for the Ryu, dragons of the Far East.
Oh? I thought dragons are supposed to be fearsome. This fellow looks anything but.
Our costume companion notwithstanding, the Ryu is in fact a powerful and fearsome beast, yet by the same token, they are fondly regarded as symbols of good fortune. Should you be curious about them, we would be glad to tell you more of the Aft Castle.
A being that's regarded with both fear and fondness. Intriguing. Perhaps I'll pay a quick visit to the Aft Castle before returning to work.
If you return to work. Oh, what a relief to see the locals take an interest in the Ryu. I dare say we have gathered enough people, so let us head back to the Aft Castle. Alrighty, I guess I'm gonna walk all the way over there, because you're about whatever else. It's fine, it's not that long of a wait. I just thought maybe Aetherite would be a cool thing to do, but, you know, it's fine. I will have a bit of a little party anyway, so I'm fine with playing later. Okay. Good to know. Is that a void chasm I see? Is that a portal? I believe I saw a portal. At any rate, hello. Yellow. No, there we go, Real Metsuke. Time to speak. Little cutscene and we'll be done with the quest, and then we can go on to the main scenario quest.
So, Bugyo makes her triumphant return. You have done a tremendous job to pique the interest of so many.
You are too kind, Metsuke. None of this would have been possible without the adventurer and Ryonosuke's help. Oh, gosh, my neck. There you are, miss. My papa wanted to meet you, so I brought him.
So, you're the kindly folks who helped my sibling. I haven't the words so properly to properly thank you, but I'm truly grateful for what you've done. I'm glad to see my girl smiling again.
Pray do not mention it, sir. We too owe Sibley much and more. How fares the preparation for your journey, if I may ask?
Very well, thank you. And with Sibley praying to the legendary Seiryu for my safety, no matter how far I venture from home, I have no doubt that all will be well.
Aww. I shall pray for your safety as well. What little we might do to help you on your way, we gladly do it.
Indeed. While sharing the blessing of the divine beast is a fine thing, not is more rewarding to our delegation than fostering friendship between our lands.
For all the help you have afforded us, I wish to give you a proper reward, yet I do not know what might be suitable. Hey! Quack! Ryonosuke, are you saying you wish to accompany our adventurer friend?
I believe the little one wishes to be your charm against tumultuous waters, and he would be hard-pressed to choose a better companion. We still have Ryuji to aid us in our work, so if you so wish it, Ryonosuke is yours.
Ryonosuke, my little guardian, thank you for everything. May your divine aura keep our friends safe. Quickly! And may you and yours enjoy the rest of the Heavensward season, my friend.
Oh, sorry, it was the old man. And may you and yours enjoy the rest of the Heavensward season, my friend. Now, know that whatever the rewards, good fortune shall be upon you.
Yay! Happy. Look at the Moogle! I hadn't really paid attention to the Moogle. I had seen the Chocobo drawings, but I hadn't seen the Moogle. That's so nice. Should you wish to draw Omikuju, the Omikujishi has returned to offer his services for the remainder of the celebration. Seek him out for a Heavensward fortune. Furthermore, 12 extra fortunes have been divided this year. Keep a watchful eye on the adventure section of your Omikuji and discover what new journeys might lie in wait for you. Interesting. So, this Omikuji,
next time on Dragon Ball.
Awesome. Think I'll be AFK? I just went broke in my favorite game. Yes, Sky. Of course it is, Sky. Alrighty then.
Thank you for letting me know that you'll be AFK. So, should I be able to talk to people? Ryu Shonin. Hello? Sony and Magic Prism. Sony. That's basically all that there is. That's fine. Mochi Daikan and the Far Eastern Omikujishi. Sorry, hiccups. Greetings, my friend. Ideally Omikuji. Let's draw Omikuji then. You may draw as many as you like, but know that you must pay a fee of 100 gil per draw. Yep. Very good. I shall be happy to oblige. I am happy to pay as much gil as you want me to. What did we draw? What did we draw? I can't read kanji. Great fortune! Thou shalt experience extraordinary fortune. Keep these words of guidance in thy heart. Thou shalt be blessed with the weather. To thy companions thou shalt be indebted. Forget not to express thine appreciation. All shall be thy desire. To thy desire, throw open covers without fear. Conflict beyond repetition lieth truth. Neglect not thy training. Be passionate like unto the warden, and the way shall be illuminated for thee. You will be unable to review the contents of your fortune after closing this window. Are you sure you would like to proceed? Yes. I have it on video. How did you fare? I did amazing. Thank you. That is the only fortune that I am drawing. I am happy with it, actually. Very happy with it. Alrighty then. So now, back to Mordona we go. I know I ended there last time, but this was here. I saw that there was an event and I just decided, hey, why not? Let's go for the seasonal event. And it was a nice one to celebrate the New Year's. So, nice. Now we can continue with the main scenario quest and see where it leads. Probably gonna finish Heavensward today, actually. It is exciting, but at the same time is a little bit daunting. Not gonna lie. Because then we got Bloodstorm to take care of. And that is... yeah, another expansion, man. Hello, Tataru. I'm sorry to drag you away from your duties, but as I said, this won't take long. I just need you to stand perfectly still for a few moments. Oh, you're trying to give me new stuff. Hello. Hi to all three of you. Why are you staring so intently? Right, everyone, ready to go to work. No squirming now. Oh, and you might want to close your eyes. What? Tataru? Uh-oh. Tataru! Tataru, please! What are you doing to me? Oh, wait, what? I'm a little squeamish, did you know? There, all finished. The water of lights, every measurement, from heroic head to intrepid toe. Yeah. Excuse me, did you also get that one? Well, wouldn't you like to know? All in good time, Golden. All in good time. Hello, Ida. Aha! Found you! Alfino wants everyone in the solo for a meeting. I don't know what it's about, but he seemed to think it was very important. Go on, we have everything we need. No sense in keeping everyone waiting. Alrighty then. Thank you for coming to get me, Ida. And you guys can get to work, although I'm a little bit, just a teensy tiny little bit worried about what you're doing. Why did you need my every measurement? Sounds a bit odd, doesn't it? Tataru. Will this be voice acted?
We're here. Did we miss anything?
Hopefully not.
We would not presume to begin without you, Ida. Orianger has returned to the Waking Sands, but everyone else is now present.
Indeed.
Yes, but for what exactly? We all have duties to attend to, Alphino, so you may dispense with the preamble.
Thank you, Elise. It is the very subject of those duties which compelled me to call this gathering.
Right.
Though the Warriors of Darkness no longer pose a threat, Eorzea's many troubles demand no less of our attention.
Exactly that. Eorzea has a lot of trouble.
While I stand by the decision to
fronts.
approach each task as we see fit, I fear our effectiveness will ultimately be diminished should we continue to act in ignorance of each other's efforts.
Right.
Thus, I propose we elect a successor to Minfilia. Not to serve as a fully fledged antecedent, perhaps, but as a coordinator of operations.
I kind of agree with the fact.
All? Oh, then the decision seems clear.
She's gonna propose him.
No one else has shown any enthusiasm for the role, and judging by your performance at our previous meeting, you would seem the perfect candidate. You always did have a flair for politics.
Again, you did always like politics, and you always loved diplomacy, and that is your role as always. So, yeah. And everyone's just gonna nod then? Look at Kryle.
I did not mean to... That was not my intention. As my tenure as commander of the Crystal Braves comprehensively demonstrated, I lack the qualities required for such an office. I would much prefer to remain as I am now, a soldier in the field, so to speak.
Right, but...
Should none of our numbers step forward? Must we then constrain some unwilling candidate to take up the position?
No, I don't think that's the case.
Well, based on merit alone, a certain adventurer would be my choice. Though I concede he might struggle to balance his new responsibilities with, let me see, slaying primals, thwarting legatuses, and feeding the orphan poor.
Do I feed the orphaned poor?
Thancred makes a good point. Any who would wear such a mantle would be bound by its obligations. Have we not become sufficiently familiar with each other's methods to act without an overseer? At present, I see no cause to so willingly limit one of our number.
Right, but...
Oh my goodness! Help! I need some help here!
Tataru, are you okay? What is happening? Not again, please.
Tataru, are you all right?
Me? I'm fine. It's this poor girl who just staggered in and collapsed on the floor that I'm worried about.
Right, but...
Marco! God, how did... Yashola! Please, you have to help her.
What do you mean?
Kryle, a hand if you would. Let us see about closing these wounds.
Always just...
Now, we staunched the bleeding, but it may be a while before you can move about again. Though having seen your wounds, I'm surprised you are still moving at all.
That's worrying.
Thank you. My message. It was too important to delay.
Was it for Ida
I
and
took the shortest
Papalimo?
route I could, though I knew it was more heavily patrolled. As you can see, my efforts at evasion were not entirely successful.
Well, yeah, but...
Honestly, you're too brave for your own good. What was so urgent that you needed to fight half the Empire to get here? You could have been killed.
Yeah, well...
I'm sorry, Ida. I had good reason. But I imagine your friends are wondering who this bloody mess of a Mikote is. My name is Minago, and I belong to the Ala Mighan resistance.
Alright, that much I
I
had
came
thought
to
of.
warn Ida and Papalimo about one of our leaders. A man who calls himself the Griffin. He's always been dangerous, but he's planning something new. Something reckless.
Alright.
The
Out of
Griffin,
it.
you say? I've heard the name. Rumor has it your man is eager to test his claws.
Not wrong, yes.
Aye, and on no easy target. He means to assault Belsar's wall from the Ala Mighan side.
What?
But what does the Griffin possibly hope to gain from such an attack?
Position, I would suppose.
From what I understand, he wants the fires of war to spread to Eorzea.
What?
And for that, he needs to control the border with Gridania.
Makes zero
So,
sense.
He means to spark a conflict between the Alliance and the Imperial forces stationed in Ala Mighan, to have Eorzea's armies aid in the liberation effort, whether they will it or no.
Right. Now it makes sense.
His plan is flawed. Even should the Resistance succeed in occupying the wall, they would not be able to hold it. Imperial reinforcements would drive them out within a week.
Within a week.
Be that as it may, if there is even a chance that this scheme could bring about an escalation in hostilities between Eorzea and the Empire, the Alliance must be informed.
Right.
Agreed. I shall depart for Limsa forthwith and seek an audience with the Admiral. Thancred, Uldar is yours.
Right. And from there...
Alphino and Alize, make haste to the Twelveswood and notify the Elder Seedseer of the danger to Gridania. She will duly call a council of the Alliance leaders, whom you must be ready to receive.
And what are Ida and Papalimo going to do?
You will be our voice in Ishgard.
Right.
Explain the situation to Sir Emmerich and encourage him to send an envoy.
I will.
To Taru, Kryl, I leave the care of our injured messenger to you. See that she remains quiescent and her wounds closed.
That would be the best.
I believe that covers everything. Let us be about our tasks.
And Ida and Papalimo? Are they just gonna stay here?
I suspect the ill tidings from Girabania will be held as a turning point. The beginning to a bloody end.
To a bloodstorm, you say? Huh.
The business of war was ever conducted with the coin of self-sacrifice.
I can see that.
'Twas Master Louis Soir himself who taught us that such costs are not to be ignored or denied.
Papalimo? What are you thinking?
And so I shall embrace them. When the time comes, I will make my choice, as you will yours.
What? This is ominous as all heck? No, wait, really? No, wait, what? This is very ominous, my man. This is quite ominous. Let's leave the Rising Stones and go to the Knights Most Heavenly. Yeah, over in Ishgard's foundation. This is certainly concerning, at the very least. I'm speaking about Papalimo's speech over there. Quite concerning. Because I'm thinking, I mean, because he knows Ida more than anyone else, he's thinking that Ida will side with Ala Mighan resistance efforts, meaning that they probably will end up in the conflict anyways. Hello, Zia. Greetings, Warrior of Light. What business brings you to Ishgard? I need to speak to Sir Emmerich. Now. I see. Wait here. I will summon Sir Emmerich. Here we go. Oh, gosh. It is good to see you, my friend. 'Tis but a pity it must be under such circumstances. Had Lucia not informed me of the urgency of your suit, I would certainly have sent for some wine. But to business, I thank you for bringing these developments in Ala Mighan to our attention. Ishgard will of course send an envoy to attend the Council of Gridania. I cannot say who will represent us, however, as the choice is not mine to make. Not mine alone, at any rate. Given the imminence of the threat, we may forego the formalities of a full assembly, but I will still need to consult my counterpart in the House of Commons prior to proceeding. Will you permit me some time to make the necessary arrangements? Of course. Who is your counterpart? Is it Hilda? I thank you. Our representative, whomever we select, will require a suitable escort. Make your preparations and inform Sir Handeloop that he is to lead in your absence. Yes, Lord Commander. Gulen, pray accompany Lucia to the Gates of Judgment and make ready to depart for Gridania. I will have our envoy join you as soon as I can. Fury speed you on your way. Alright then. Complete the quest tidings from Girabania. This has set in motion the events that will lead to Bloodstorm. I am concerned, but I am ready. If you have no other business in the city, join me at the Gates of Judgment. We must be ready to depart the instant the envoy arrives. Alrighty then. The Gates of Judgment, are they not? Nope. That's at the Pillars. We're in Foundation, we have to go to the Pillars. The last vigil. Here goes. Wait, where? What? What? Assess Law, Foundation over here. More to Foundation. Wait, what? Gates of Judgment. Oh, it's outside. I knew that. Alright, the Gates of Judgment. Here we go. I should have just read. Hello, we're at the destination. Lucia, we're ready to go, right? Bring the envoy. We meet again. As it happens, my counterpart in the House of Commons agreed that I should act as Ishgard's envoy. Not, I concede, that there was ever any real doubt. As Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, it is my duty to sanction any military cooperation. Be that as it may, I could not in good conscience make the decision alone. Not with the ink scars dry in the Republic's Book of Statutes. I trust you understand, my friend. Alas, I must test your patience still further by making a brief stop at Camp Dragonhead. Given the trouble brewing in the Black Shroud, I would see that the garrison is ready to defend the border. Yes, indeed. The Black Shroud. Here we go. Here we go. Are we getting warped there, or are we going to be here? We're here. Okay. Da-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-bow! Mounting on bird this time instead of dragon. Let's go! I sing a song. Ba ba ba. Let's fly on our bird. It is our bird. Actually, I just realized I didn't do the thing that I should do. I also have yet Upicatrix. Up, up, up. Use that. This is for level 22. Place an army chest. Oh, it is full. Okay, that. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. It's some weapons too. Sort them out, and we'll get rid of the Makawato. We'll also get rid of the Adamantine Bill. Or actually, no, because that has materia in it. But we'll get rid of this. The Bone Hora we'll get rid of. Heart Silver Staff is level 54. We can get rid of it. Heart Leather Grimoire. Currently have this one equipped, so we can discard that. The Plunder Grimoire as well. And the Engraved Leather Grimoire. And the Leather Grimoire, as well as the Weathered Grimoire. Yep, let's sort it out, and we're good on there. Now, how's about placed in the armor chest? Like I said, I'm leveling up some classes. Right now I'm level 27 as an Arcanist, or Arcanist. And yep, the Upicatrix is a little bit better, so I'm just gonna equip that for now on there. Have to have the best of the best equipped at any point, because it just helps quite a bit. Anyways, we're here. Sir Aymeric, hi. The garrison commander waits within. Why not accompany me, Gulen? You may see a familiar face. Wait, what? In we go! Oh, hey! Gulen, old boy! How wonderful to see you! And Sir Aymeric, too. To what do I owe these unexpected pleasures? I will have some mulled wine brought up from the kitchens at once, if you will excuse. Nay, do not trouble yourself, Honora. We shall soon be on our way. Lucia, a brief summary, if you will. Yes, Lord Commander. This is what happened. Blah, 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 blah. And so, we reach the end of the tale. Huh. Those villains hardly need an excuse to wage war. Bloodletting comes as naturally as breathing to a god. To an imperial. And thus we shall strengthen our patrols as you suggest. We shall also be sure to communicate these developments to Lord Francel and the Observatorium. I see you have everything in hand. Carry on, Commander. Good. Surprised to see you as truly at the helm. A little bit, Emmanuel. Not gonna lie. You came into your own, honestly. You and me both, old boy. I doubt I'll ever feel worthy to sit where he sat. Horse font. Oh, man. Yet we can but play the hand we're dealt, and with a little help from the veterans, and Honorad's ceaseless chiding, I'm sure I'll muddle through. So worry not, old boy. Off to Gridania with you. Thanks. Bye, Honorad. Alrighty then. Should we depart then? New Gridania, actually quite close there. We're gonna be blasting through some of these quests, unless they require me to go through another dungeon. So, yeah, we're just gonna be pushing through. Hello, Aymeric. Diplomatic duties have brought me here on several occasions, but I find that I am as enraptured by the Black Shroud's beauty now as when first I laid eyes upon it. I fear that this time, however, events shall not afford us the luxury of enjoying the splendor of the forest. Alright. Ominous much? It seems we are to have an escort to the Lotus Stand. A pleasant place to discuss unpleasant matters, is it not? Indeed, I kind of agree with that. Yes, of course. 'Tis like that we are the last to arrive. Let us announce ourselves, shall we? I mean, we were also the last to leave in order to tell Aymeric, and we went the furthest away, I would think. So, Noficus Altar? Aethernet, Noficus Altar, Aethernet. Here we go. It is time, Conjurer. Let us go in and watch the cutscene. The envoy from Ishgard has arrived. Very good. This way, if you and the Lamenson party as well. Oh, we were not the very last ones to arrive then. I had hoped to slip in unnoticed, but I see I was not the only one delayed in my arrival. Greetings, Sarah Aymeric. Admiral, always a pleasure. Anne Gulen, I trust you are well. 'Tis a day for reunions, it seems. I believe you are well acquainted with my escort. Yes, Master Gulen, I was glad to hear from Riol that the missing scions have now been found. I'm very happy to see you, too. There is much and more I would discuss with you, but let us first attend the issue at hand, shall we? Alright, Melwib, let's go in. Hello, everyone. We have arrived.
I bid you welcome, my friends.
Thanks.
As you will by now be aware, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have come into possession of certain intelligence concerning recent developments in the region of Gir Abania.
Yep.
It springs, I am assured, from an unimpeachable source. Is that not so, Master Alfino?
Also, we've seen the Griffin.
Indeed, Elder Seedseer. Our information comes directly from a member of the Resistance's inner circle, and we have no cause to doubt its veracity.
Yeah, also we've seen the Griffin, and we know the way that he kind of operates, so we wouldn't really be surprised.
This Griffin of theirs is a fool if he thinks he can hold Belsar's wall against the Empire. When the Imperials move to take it back, they will come in force. And the resulting fighting is all but certain to spill over into the Black Shroud.
So we have to
At the
avoid
Battle
that.
of Cartano, the combined might of 3 grand companies laboured to contend with the remnants of but a single Imperial legion. Alone, Gridania would be hard-pressed indeed to hold back the tide, should the Garleans turn their minds from reclamation to invasion.
But
May I once more convey my nation's deepest regrets for our inaction in the days prior to the calamity. 'Tis a stain upon our ledger that I would fain remove.
so
Elder Seedseer, I do hereby request leave to deploy a defensive force within the borders of Gridania. Ishgard's return to the Alliance shall be honored by more than mere ink upon parchment.
that's taking action. Good first
The
step.
Doman people too would join any effort that weakens our common foe. We are few, but our most seasoned shinobi are at your disposal.
Appreciated, Jukiri.
On behalf of my people, I offer you my humble thanks. Gridania welcomes your assistance.
It is time we set our contingency plans in motion. Is the Alliance agreed?
I would hope so.
Then let us make ready for war. Victory favors the swift. There is much to be done.
Alright. If you're just as fierce as you were back in Ishgard, then you and I working together shall have the best results, right? Roban was ruthless back in Ishgard.
The Council knows that Ala Mighan will not soon be wrested from the Empire, and its decision to bolster the border's defences seems eminently practical. Why then, brother, do you scowl so?
Seems a little bit too convenient at this point, right?
I agree that they have chosen the wisest course available. Indeed, the only reasonable one.
Right.
Yet something feels awry. In making ready for war, is the Alliance not granting the Griffin the very thing he desired? Any attempt to hold the wall is doomed to failure, aye. But I wonder if we have misjudged the prize for which he plays.
Well, while you're not wrong, and I kind of agree with you, Alfino, I also think that by preparing preemptively for the war, we have what it takes to avoid unnecessary loss, instead of just being plunged into it in the middle of it. But let's hear what he has to say. That the council I was able to reach an accord so swiftly is a heartening development in itself. I only hope my misgivings proved unfounded. Ah, good. You have yet to depart. I feared I had missed you. Sir Aymeric! Master Alfino, a pleasure as always. And Mistress Alice, how wonderful to see you thus recovered. Pardon the interruption. I had hoped to thank Gulen for serving as our escort before other duties called him away. I also wish to thank our Doman ally. Hey, you giddy. Forgive me, my lord. I was but awaiting an opportune moment to join the conversation, and force of habit made me keep to the shadows. No apologies necessary, Mistress Yukiri. I was most grateful to your interjection when I offered Ishgard support. My nation's historic failure to heed the Alliance's pleas for aid is a matter of record. Even so, the Alliance leaders were plainly unprepared for my impromptu apology. The resulting air of awkwardness might have lingered longer were it not for your timely offer of cooperation, which allowed the elder Seedseer to accept us both. I very much appreciated the gesture. I only did my duty, Sir Aymeric. The Empire is an enemy to us all, and we are grateful for the opportunity to fight at your side. And full glad are we to have you. Pray convey my regards to the Scions, my friends. We must return to Ishgard. Thank you, Aymeric. Thank you, Lizia. Whatever is wrong with a simple sorry or thank you? Must these politicians always make a speech out of everything? That is how we adults speak, dear sister. Huh. Mayhap the ones who like the sound of their own voice. In any case, our business here is concluded. We should be on our way as well. Will you accompany us to Revenant Stall, Yugiri? Actually, I think I shall first pay a brief visit to the East Shroud. I am curious to know how Papalima and Ida fared in their talks with the Sylphs, not to mention what has been going on at Belsar's Wall. I will join you at the Rising Stones anon. Alright then. Well, I guess I'll see you guys at the Rising Stones then. Back to Revenant Stall. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Warping. It's such a nice thing to feel like I did everything that I could before finishing off the main story. Welcome back, Gulen. I don't know about you, but I am heartily glad that all the talking is over. I understand that these council meetings are important. But did you not find it tiresome to have to weigh every word before you speak it? I doubt I will ever feel at home in the realm of politics. Well, that said, people have been known to change, and if my brother is willing to run his own errands, anything is possible. Don't be so harsh on your brother. He's doing well for himself in this regard. Tenacity, determination, piety... Let's go with tenacity, shall we? Ooh, another brick orchestrion roll. Well, as much as I enjoy the bustle of the tour, I think it's time we headed inside. My brother and the others will not be long. Alright, let's go back in then. Thanks, Alze. To the entrance of the Rising Stones we depart. And as such, all things good shall stick for us. There it is. Hello, friends. Ah, you are returned from the council. But what of Orfino? Did some other matter require his attention? Well, yes, technically. Mine apologies, friends. I trust we have not kept you waiting over long. Greetings, everyone. Oh, Cryle, how's Nago doing? She will be alright, won't she? I don't see why not. She's sleeping at the moment. Shitaru's keeping an eye on her, so we'll know soon enough if there's any change in her condition. Her wounds are healing well. With sufficient rest, I am certain she will make a full recovery. Thank goodness for that. Now, mayhap you would share with us the council's decision. Each of the nations, Ishgard included, has committed to providing military support to Gridania. The Eorzean Alliance will soon have a significant force in the Black Shroud, ready to respond to any Imperial act of aggression. You know, I almost wish the Council would stop messing around and give the Griffin what he wants. I wouldn't like to be the Imperial cut between the Resistance and the Alliance. Ida, you cannot seriously... One does not lightly go to war with the Garlean Empire. Quite. To open hostilities without due consideration would be to invite disaster. If only there were some way to reach the Griffin. Some means to convince him to abandon his reckless cause. We might be able to try. It may not be entirely unfeasible. There is a network of tunnels beneath Belsar's wall, secret passages dug by the Resistance to provide a way out of Ala Mighan, which may equally serve as a way in. Precisely. If all in agreement, I would be the one to undertake the necessary negotiations. I am familiar with the route, and the Resistance is familiar with me. About as familiar as they are with me, you mean? Say what you want, I'm coming too. I have some experience in the practice of infiltration. If you would have me, my services are yet at your disposal. As are mine. It has been far too long since I shared a shadow with a shinobi. I do not intend to waste the opportunity. 4 is quite sufficient for an infiltration mission. Greater numbers will only serve to increase the risk of detection. Krall and I will direct our energies elsewhere. What of you, Levelous? I will return to the East Shroud and stand watch over the border. Should matters take a turn for the worse, it would seem wise to be on hand. Might I prevail upon you to accompany me, Gulen? Gridania will be safer for your presence, and, while it may not seem the most thrilling duty, dear sister, might I ask you that remain at the Rising Stones to pass on messages and so on? I will accompany you, yes, no worries. To hold the fort, you mean? Very well. I suppose the task must fall to someone. Safe travels, all of you. And once again, Alice is relegated to a not-so-active role. Unfortunate. But it is what it is, I suppose. Alright, Alfino, shall we? If you have any unfinished business in the toll, pray attend to it now. I will depart for the Hawthorne Hut without delay. The nearby watchtower offers an unobstructed view of Velsar's Wall, and I should be interested to speak to the Alliance commanders who have installed themselves at its top. Alright then. The Hawthorne Hut at the East Shroud. Here we go! We have been streaming for 1 hour. In a little bit I will take a small break so that I can go for more water because I finished it quite fast. I'll go grab a second glass, I think, too. Ah, Gulen, there you are. Come, our Marisai's spire awaits. The Alliance officers on the platform should be able to apprise us of any developments on the wall. Fancy meeting the two of you here. We were about to set forth. Indeed, I was about to say 12 watch over you, but I doubt you have need of divine protection, even if you are venturing into enemy territory. Don't worry, Alphino. We'll have the griffin by the scruff of the neck before you know it. Do make up your mind, Ida. Nearly a moment ago you seemed ready to shake the griffin by the hand rather than the neck. So which is it to be? 'Twould be best to decide before we enter into negotiations. Trust me, Papalimo. I'll shake whatever needs shaking. The talking part I leave to you. I think I feel a headache coming on. Let's be on our way, shall we? Yeah. Some things never change. Well then, shall we make for the spire? Our Alliance friends will doubtless have news for us. Alright then, we go in the opposite direction. To the Hawthorne Hut, to the Hawthorne Horn. Excuse you. Here we go. It's not really all that far away, but is this really the limits with Ala Mighan? Oh, all the way to the bottom then. Hello, Serpent Scout. What am I supposed to do now? Welcome, Warrior of Light. I assume you're here to speak with our commanding officers. You'll find them on the observation platform. Pray proceed. I will also succeed, but also I will proceed. Thank you. Greetings, my friends. 'Tis good to see you both well. I was hoping you might turn up. I've drank half the watch here, see? And the sight of you might help them remind why we bothered. If memory serves, I have not seen many of you since the day of the Grand Melee. Having borne the brunt of your blows, may I say what an honor it is to stand at your side. 'Tis heartening indeed to see the realm's most stalwart defenders thus guided in common cause. Speaking of which, what news from the wall? All has been quiet. Well, up until now. Oh no. Report. What? 7 L's. Fighting has broken out on top of the wall. A full-scale assault. Uh-oh. So the Griffin has made his move. Someone has. And what's that supposed to mean? The attackers, they're wearing Grand Company colors. Impossible. We gave no such order. Of course. The wall was never the Griffin's target. It was bait. We have been goaded into deploying our armies nearby, thus lending way to this deception. If those uniforms were convincing enough to deceive my scouts, the Empire will surely think we've launched an offensive. This could mean war. Even so, this may yet be no more than a diversion. With the armies of the Alliance occupying the Empire's attention, it would be comparatively easy for the Griffin supporters to slip into Ala Mighan. He could then incite a rebellion amongst the populace with the Imperial reserves would be hard-pressed to contain. Eorzea, meanwhile, would be plunged into chaos. Gulen, we must make for the wall at once. Stop the fighting, too. What? Just the two of you? Our companions embarked on a mission to sway the Griffin from his course, and are likely halfway to his command post by now. They will emerge in the midst of a raging battle, and I do not mean to abandon them into their fate. It will be dangerous, aye, but the confusion may work to our advantage. If we are careful to avoid the skirmishing, it may yet be possible to reach the Griffin, and if we can do that... Lady Hilda, may I ask you that you have an airship ready to bear the Scions to safety? I don't know who this Lady Hilda is, Marshal, but you can count on me. We must prepare for Imperial reprisals. May the Navigator guide us through the storm. Right, let's go. Thank you, Hilda. And thank you, Pippin. Thank you for worrying enough. Oh. Literally, we're just beset immediately into the fair. Okie dokie, Espresso.
Forward, comrades! The time has come to drive the Empire from Ala Mighan and force action upon those who have turned their backs to our suffering for so long. Let this victory be the first step in the liberation of our homeland.
Thank you for the long and stretching, and thank you for the water, Espresso. I'll have to go downstairs for more water in a little bit. But yeah, don't worry about it. It's fine if you lurk. Just thank you for letting me know that you're going to lurk. And yeah, don't worry about it. Enjoy the thing that you're watching, and take care.
Ala Mighan will be free, no matter the cost.
Well, this is worrisome. Griffin on the wall. This is how we go 04. Alright, Alphino. Let's have it. From what Papalimo told me, the trail ahead should lead us into the shadow of the wall. As we have two objectives, I suggest we divide our forces. I shall make straight ways for the tunnels, and attempt to intercept our comrades ere they stumble into a bloodbath. While I do so, I must ask that you scale the wall. Know that I would not propose such a course if there were any other way, but the time for subtlety is past. Take a band of your most trusted companions and cut a path through to the Griffin. Make him see reason by any means necessary. Once we are free of the tunnels... Sorry, I have to answer this. Once we are free of the tunnels, we will make for your position with all due haste, and if everything proceeds according to plan, Hilda will then swoop in and spirit us all away to safety. I only pray that we have enough time. Alright, so we're gonna have to do a dungeon here. Balser's Wall, now accessible. Oh, of course. Yep. Alright, so this is where I will mark like a little bit of a stopping point for now. I will take a small break. I'll go for water. I'll heed some of the messages that I've gotten just now, and I'll be right back. So please stay tuned. Enjoy this very soothing, very calming music in the meantime. I'll be right back.
I have returned.
By the way, thank you to Pothos Queen for following. I have started to search. I've started to search for the duty now, so the only other course of action for me at the moment will be to just run around, I guess. Lazy for you. Right, so here's the thing about this. We're gonna be annihilated here, so... Alright, level sync, and we can start the fate. That's the thing, because we're low level enough. And Lacey Lawrence is quite hardy. I'm already well below where I would be comfortable being. Yikes. I'm not activating my stance because of that either, so... Yikes. Just avoid the other ones, avoid the funguses. At some point the overgrown ivy will come back, but this is pretty much impossible to do if there's no other people doing it too. And we commence, so I have been saved. Let's go to Belzer's Wall and avoid the gall gnats too. There we go. I'm out. No longer synced. This is actually quite interesting. I see a dog. Hiya. Lally-ho and hiya. Alright, I'm taking point here. Have to activate that. Alrighty then. Let's begin. Have a red mage in our midst. Let's have you. And you. I think I can do mid-pull. Mid-pull? Yeah. Yeah, I think this is fine. You guys, your aggro stays on me. Got it? Here comes nothing. All of you should attack me less. Just saying. You should really try to attack me less. Okay, got a 50 here. Gotcha. Let's keep on keeping on. Canis Pugnax. It's a kind of a weird name, not gonna lie, but let's just follow up then. Oh, well, if this is the extent of it, then sure. It's gonna be a small pull. I could have gotten all three of them, basically, then. If that was the case. Almost there, almost there. Why are you two not attacking me? I struggle to see the reason, actually, but sure. You go off. Queens, I guess. There we go. Oh, there's a... Sorry. Did we not get a key from this? Okay, the key's right there. Gotcha. I'm struggling a little bit with the things, so... Let's just, grab you by the tail, and grab you by the tail, too. Shall we? Hey, keep together, everyone. Keep together. Don't you go away from me. Don't you go away from me. Careful. Careful. Wait, this one was not even trying to attack me. There's something wrong with me. There's something I'm not doing well. Imperial identification key. Here goes. Open the gate. We did it at basically the exact same time. Well, first mini boss, I hope to be doing better. Magitech Predator. Here goes nothing. It's a 1. It's a 2. Let me get this. It's a 3. Good thing I did what I did when I did it. Alright, here, come for me. Come on, man. Yeah, that one's gone. Alright, vengeance is gone. Give me that. It's basically just a free attack at this point, but I'll take the free attack nonetheless. Yeah, bring it to me. Okay, here comes the Sky Armor Reinforcement again. They really don't seem interested in me, even if I have the aggro, though, so... kind of hard. Well, there's 1, there's 2... Here comes the 3rd one. Dealt less damage to me, you dummy. Alright, almost done. Almost done. Shield Samba! It's a samba, we dance the samba. Move away from the laser, move away from the laser, thank you very much, and it's done. Alright. Continuing on. Let's keep on keeping on, as they say. I expected there to be another dungeon, but I didn't think it was gonna be kinda like this. Alright then. Boots of Scouting and Bracelet of Aiming. I feel like I'm fine. I can skip on both of them. Okay, gotcha. There's plenty of them. There's plenty of them. They can all look at me, please. Yep. Gotcha. Aye, Adamantite Claw. Are there none coming from the other side? Nope, there are none coming from the other side. That's good, that's good, that's good, that's good. Slay all the Imperial Defenders. Oh, I see. So we're just gonna be moving around like this. Cool. Coolio, tally-ho. Uh-oh. Colossus. 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 Here we go. All three of you, and now look at me over here. All of you over here. Oh gosh, what was that? They're looking so confused, all of them. Am I doing it wrong? Grand Sword? Yeah, they're all down. That's fine. Took me a second to have them all under my control with the aggro and stuff, but I already have my stance up, so I'm really not sure what I'm doing wrong in that regard. Come now, all of you come to me, all of you come to me. You do not look at them, you look to me, alright? Come now. Alright, that's done. Not doing the treasure cover right now, thanks. Yikes, yikes, yickety yikes. Alright, let's do something like this, please and thank you. I'm at 90, I want the 100. I want the hundo. We're at a hundo. Not yet at the hundo because they keep eliminating my targets so fast. Okay then. Hello? Oh, hi. You came. Alright, all of you, to me. What do you mean there's another one attacking them? What do you mean they have all the aggro like this? It's so confusing to me that they have all that aggro accumulated on them. I mean, kind of and also kind of not. They are DPSs, but it's just confusing to me if I'm totally honest with you. There we go. All Imperial defenders were defeated. Time to defeat the armored weapon. Oh, this kind of looks like that the first boss from Final Fantasy VII Remake. Kind of. Not exactly, but kind of. Was it for... Yeah, it was fully resistant. Gotcha. Once. And a twice. How's about a thrice? I'm gonna do this. Motion tracking activate. What do you mean motion tracking activate? So weird. It is kind of going fast. Like, it's going down fast. Can you please stop that? Oh gosh. They're firing their laser. Quite an old reference, if you ask me, but... Come now, come look this way. Come look this way, armored. Oh. Snap. I need this, I need this, I need to heal. Thank goodness that I healed a little, but... Yeah, I'm just gonna do that for now. Just, I would have taken the home gang for a little... Do I have... I don't have vulnerability down, though. What is happening? Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Do not. Do not even entertain the possibility, man. That was so many machines. Those were so many machines. That was amazing. Both to look at and just to, like, to react to. It was just, I didn't... Exactly, I just didn't. I couldn't. How could I? Once. Twice. You're mine. Gunship, you too. Okay, there we go. The gunship is ours. The Reaper should come to us. The Secutor should not be attacking them. Gosh, guys, everyone get out of there. What is happening? Alrighty then. At least I haven't died, which, you know, very big indicator for me to know that I am not doing well. Gotcha, and let's keep it going. Alrighty then. Parapet. Climbing up through the wall. What is it that we're gonna encounter at the top? I am actually not quite sure. I didn't hit most of them. Alrighty then. Not in range? Oh, it's the last one. Okay, well then. I think this is fine. Why are you still running? Gosh, freaking darn. Why are you guys still running? Do you want everything and everyone to come at us? I suppose that's the way that you want it then. Okay, let's just keep it this way then. Put it there. Yikes. That's fine. We actually did quite well for that one. They dictated the pace of the pull this time around, which is not too much to my liking, but I guess that was good. I mean, we managed to go through it, so I guess it's good. Are we fighting the Griffin, though? Hi. How are you? Oh, of course he was. I had very high suspicions that it was Ilbert. Of course. Slop. Here we go. Mapping the realm, Belser's Wall. The Griffin, Ilbert. You're going down, my dude. Because his health is going down a little bit fast, I am thinking that he might just have a second phase. Ah, crap. I still got stunned. Good. Good on me. Good on me. That's good. Good by me.
I'll tear you limb from limb.
That's fine. I messed up the combo. Bullseye. Oh, the blades of the Griffin. Alright, yeah, no. We just have to defeat them, right? You guys are coming for the one in the center first then? Okay, that's fine. So it's unnecessary for us to destroy the other ones? Question mark? Big question mark. Alrighty then, Griffin. Alrighty then, alrighty then. Oh now, Ilbert. I hate that you're targeting the others. Really hate that you're targeting the others. Alright, this time for real. Once. Twice. Beak of the Griffin. You will no longer play with our friends and their feelings of non-capacity, let's say. I'm speaking for Alphino in this case. It's because of you that he felt like he was doing everything wrong with the Crystal Braves at some point. Totally lamentable, honestly, that you ended up like this. Your cunning, your strategy could be like very, very good if used for the actual and proper good of the realm. But no, you never do that, and we leveled up level 63. Just because I got the Dungeon Master at that point. That was duty done. GG. Thanks, everyone. Did they all leave? They all left already. Alright, filibuster trousers of maining. That's fine. Let's just get out of here. Let's just get out of here. Alright, what do you have to say for yourself, Ilbert? You Griffin.
You've beaten me, aye.
You're gonna say a but, right?
But you cannot stop what I've begun. Behold, a glimpse of things to come.
Hilbert, you suck, honestly. You really do just suck.
We did it! We showed the bastards!
What? Sir?
Aye! Victory is ours!
Right, but...
And who knows, lads? Mayhap the Eorzeans will finally see sense when the enemy turns up on their bloody doorstep.
What? So I'm thinking that you're still just Ala Mighan resistance, but... Hello?
This is for Ala Mighan, for Eorzea.
Laurentius, you don't have to.
They die that others may live.
No, 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 no. No. Who are you?
Vanguards! Attack!
I am so confused right now.
Seven hells. Do you hear that?
We just defeated one of those, but
War machines. How did they get here so quickly?
they were ordered by one of yours.
Stand your ground! For the resistance!
Oh no. Again, they're planting stuff. They're just planting things now, so... Yeah. They were set up.
There's nowhere to run. We're cut off.
And since no one is going to be alive when the Alliance gets here, they'll see all of their uniforms. And things will be turned for the worse, basically. Oh no.
Gods help us. What were we thinking? The Empire's too big. Too powerful.
The Allied forces were not enough to do it against one single big part of the army.
Mighty Ralker,
No.
grant us the strength to crush our...
Oh no. Oh no.
There you are.
Yeah, here I am.
As you can see, our infiltrators did not elude me for long. Lady Ugiri is sending for an airship even as we speak.
Okay, thank you.
What do we do? This is a massacre!
Yes, it is.
How wonderful to see you, Commander.
Shut up, Ilbert.
Ilberd, I should have known.
We didn't
This
see
has to
much
end.
of you.
It has to end now. Do you not see your countrymen dying? Have your ideals rendered you blind even to that? Order the retreat, and we will help your soldiers to safety.
He doesn't want that.
Retreat? With the moment of my triumph so close at hand. You truly are a sheltered child, Leverrier.
Yeah, what he wants is for his soldiers to die. This is very unfortunate, honestly. Right, I forgot that he had the eyes.
No abyss is too deep for you, I see. But trust me when I say that such power was not meant for mortal hands.
That such power was not meant for mortal hands. Ugh, I don't know.
How long have I struggled to reach this point? My countrymen, so inured to the taste of defeat, they no longer balk at its bitterness, shouting my throat raw with rallying cries, only to be greeted with dull eyes and blank faces.
So you struggle to put by yourself behind a mask?
My brothers and sisters in Ulda have surrendered to their apathy and their appetites. Were it not for the glint of Lodorito's coin, I doubt even those here now would have answered my call.
Of course.
Take back our homeland. Free Ala Mighan. Ha! They'll happily mouth the words, but they won't spill the blood.
Well, it's not...
You say no mortal should wield these eyes, then I shall gladly become a demon. I will suckle on the souls of the hopeless and liberate the homeland they no longer deserve.
For whom, then? If they don't deserve their homeland, then for whom are you liberating it? For yourself? An entire nation for just a single person?
What exactly do you mean to do?
You're mad.
Did you hear their cries as victory was snatched away from them? Even with their dying breaths, they cursed the Empire. Never has their desire for vengeance been so raw,
No.
so true. A god has no need of faith when summoned by so pure a purpose.
He plans to fuse with the eyes and use the ether from the eyes and the cries of the people to transform into Ralgar.
Summoned? You cannot mean to fight the Empire with a primal! You know full well the danger, the futility of relying on such power!
Oh yes, I know their limitations. Which is why I will call upon a deity more terrible than the very black worm of the calamity itself.
Wait, what? No. No. When did they thaw?
What? Here? Now?
He has what he needs.
Hells you will!
Ida, wait. Uh-oh.
An ending to mark a new beginning.
There it is.
My pain, my longing, you shall have it all!
Uh-oh. Wow! Wow! I did not expect him to go for the splat sound. Is he ended? What is happening? Wow, look at all that distortion. It's not... The eyes of Needhog consumed. We should have destroyed the eyes when we had the chance, Alfino. Not blaming you, I'm just saying, like, we both had one eye, so we should have destroyed them when we had the chance. But with this, the Asians were trying to use bones from deceased.
This light, is it?
In order to summon more powerful primals.
His death completed the ritual. The primal is taking shape.
Well, can't we stop it? There must be something we can do.
Oh no.
There is one thing.
No, Papa Limo, no. Please.
What? Hey, where do you think you're going?
Louisoix only did what he could with the 12's help, but...
Master Louisoix briefly contained Bahamut by means of a potent spell of sealing. I will now attempt to do the same.
Papa Limo.
But that's impossible! We would need hours to collect the necessary ether, if not days!
Ah, Alfino, though I concede it may not always be apparent, I was ever your grandsire's finest pupil.
No.
Timsamati, of course! The staff still holds enormous power, broken or not.
Don't you dare, Papalymo! I know how that spell works.
No. You cannot stop him. His mind's made up. And 'tis but out of necessity that he's doing it. If he doesn't do it, the primal will be unleashed.
Quite right. Quickly now, off you go. The further away, the better.
Valimo.
No! If you're staying, then so am I.
Ida.
No, Ida. There is a path only you can walk, and it must not end here. Not like this. Take her! Please, you have to take her!
I'm sorry, Ida. I'm so sorry. This must be painful for all the science too.
What? No! Damn it, Thancred! Put me down! Thancred!
That's painful.
This is one battle you cannot fight. Away with you! Go!
I'm sorry. I'm not strong enough yet. But I'm staying at your side. For Ida as well.
Hilda! I think he means now!
I'm sorry. I am so
I bid
sorry.
thee farewell again, my dear Ida. Now, let us see how good a student I truly was.
Oh, I wish it didn't have to be this way. I really wish it didn't have to be this way. I was so looking forward to having one adventure with Papalimo and Ida in Ala Mighan, you know? I thought that's the route I was taking. I'm sorry, Ida. I wasn't able to stay at his side. I'm sorry we had to take you with us too. Why? Why didn't they let me stay? Papalimo is my friend! I should have been there with him! I tried to stay too. He would not let us. You could see it in his eyes, Ida. He knew what he was doing, what had to be done. Master Louisoix wore that same look right before the end. You think I don't know that? I know, alright? I know! There is nothing more you could have done. Ilber caught us all off guard. Even Gulen was powerless to stop him. If you must blame someone, then blame me. Just promise that you will never forget what Papalimo strove to protect, or the lessons he tried to teach you. Don't speak to me. Leave Ida with me. Go on. Go back to the Rising Stones. The others need to know what happened here. I am really not happy about this at all. Welcome to the end. Louisoix's finest student. Once again, I find myself at a loss for words. But Thancred is right. We must return to the Rising Stones and apprise our companions of all of this. Pray make your way there at once. I will send word to Stola and the others of our imminent return. I am at a loss for words, honestly. It hit me so hard the moment that Ida was like, no. I really was not expecting him to just shoot me out of the way, you know. I understood what he was trying to do. We recently went through the Coils of Bahamut, understanding what was the only reason why Louisoix was there. It was because he turned into a primal that he survived. At the very end. He was already dead. And Papalimo literally told us, I will die keeping this from you. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. 'Twould seem you bring ill tidings, brother. Aye, behind the griffin's mask, we found the grinning face of an old adversary. Ilbert. I know not how, but he had in his possession the eyes of Needhawk, whose dread power we used to initiate a summoning ritual, even as we looked on. Which primal I don't know, but sorry to say. By the 12th. I don't understand. To attempt such a magic requires every ounce of one's ether. No one, not even grandfather, could cast it and hope to survive. Indeed, it was ever a last resort, as I am certain Papalimo was aware. Thus did the pupil follow in the footsteps of his master, even unto the grave. I have as yet been unable to explain how Ilbert came to possess Needhawk's eyes. In the depths of the Sea of Clouds, a perpetual storm of water and wind expected either rages. No mortal could endure such conditions. Then, mayhap, it was the work of an Ascian. But now is not the time for idle speculation. Krile, I have need of your assistance. Yes, of course. We must inspect the cocoon of light and ascertain the state of the primal trap within. Between our respective talents, I dare say we shall glean some measure of insight. Understood. I can't promise I'll be able to sense much through the barrier, but I shall certainly do my best. As shall I. Let us be about it then. What? Without so much as a by your leave? Pray forgive Archon Y'shtola her brevity. She seeketh employment, lest her grief deprive her of the will to act. A desire to comfort Ida doubtless compoundeth her unseemly haste. I, too, must contend with this grievous loss in mine own way. By thy leave, Lady Alice, I shall honour our fallen colleague through a gainful study. There exist writings which may yet further our understanding of this cocoon of light. I understand. Mayhap I was too quick to judge. Surrendering to sadness and regret would be a poor tribute to Papalimo's sacrifice. Quite. We must begin preparations to face Ilbert's accursed creation without delay. What time we have was purchased at too dear a price for us to squander it. I am so sad. The Far Edge of Fate, Part 1. Main Sinner requests Louisoix's finest student. The obvious solution. Hey, Sid. Gulen, I wish I had more to tell you, but the situation in the East Shroud remains largely unchanged, meaning we still have no idea how long it will be before... A communication for the Alliance? One moment. I struggle for words. Yes, of course. Our representatives will be present. My thanks. Word from Gardania. The council will shortly be reconvened. The Alliance leaders have already begun to assemble. They wish to discuss the primal, of course. As of Y'shtola's last report, the cocoon yet hung above the wall, unchanged. Yes, but the Elder Seedseer doubtless shares our concerns about how long it will remain so. I am told that Sid Garland has been called in to add his expertise to proceedings. A wise decision. The more minds we have working on this, the better. Well then, I suggest we leave the Rising Stones into Tato's capable hands and make haste for the Lotus Stand. Thank you, Tataru. It's hard, honestly. Papalimo was the one I liked the most out of Ida and Papalimo. Like, not to play favorites, but I always thought that he had a more interesting characterization, to put it in some way. Hello? Just like the Domans
A
are.
word, if you would, good sir. This place, it is within the realm of Eorzea.
Yeah.
You're an odd-looking fellow, aren't you? Still, takes all sorts, I suppose. This here's Vesper Bay, Thanalan's door to the ocean, as some folk like to call it.
Indeed, it is part of Eorzea.
Am I to understand from your answer that I have indeed arrived in Eorzea?
Eh? Yes, you're in Eorzea.
He's so confused.
Ah, a plain response at last, and the one I wanted at that. My journey was not without its hardships, and I would sooner travel by land than put to sea again.
But, well, this is interesting.
You do not believe that so small a bark could bear me across the ocean? Such timid little sailors. I had but to set my course and set my jaw till I made port.
Just your jaw. Not gonna lie, the voice actor did not laugh that hard for people to just gasp like that. But of course you're hungry.
Though, 'twould perhaps have been wise to lay down my oars a moment to sup on more than the spray of brine water. By the trembling of my limbs, I sense a brief repast may be in order.
That's fine, we have things to do.
I will not hearken to the feeble grumblings of an empty belly. Duty comes before all.
So you say samurai don't get hungry?
Good God, man. Are you alright?
No, he's not. Of course he's not. Did you not see him just fall down? Face first. Oh, Renje, you got there just in time.
Thou art far indeed from home, friend.
Yes, he is. Well, I guess that's just what it is. Alright. At this rate... I really don't know what to say, man. This is not the end of it. The obvious solution is not the final one. I don't have anything better. Let me get this, and let me get this. Sorry, that. And now I will use this, please and thank you. Alrighty then. Aetheryte, let's warp over to the Conjurer's Guild. This is the most convenient Aetheryte I've seen. Alright, let's get in. Whew. Alright, hello everyone! We are arrived, so... what should we do about all this? Hello, Sid. Glad to see you. I'm a little bit curious as to why Alice decided to come, even though she was very much against this type of thing. Well, not against it, it's just like she doesn't like them at all.
Dear friends, pray accept my heartfelt thanks for your efforts in defense of Gridania's borders. I would fain dwell longer on my gratitude for the support of the Alliance, but the situation at Belsar's Wall demands that we forego such pleasantries.
Indeed. What of the Empire?
According to our most recent intelligence, the cocoon of light that formed in the air above the wall remains undimmed and unbroken.
Right.
After measuring the cocoon's etheric concentrations, Archon Y'shtola has confirmed the presence of a primal entity.
Yep, that makes sense.
So we must assume that Ilbert's thrice damned god is indeed trapped within.
Right.
And what news of the Imperials? They're not like to ignore such a spectacle.
Yes, sir. A Garlean airship was observed making an approach, but the vessel was destroyed when it drew near.
Oh.
The Empire appears to have made no subsequent attempts to reach the object.
So, was it destroyed by the ether then? Or how?
The soldiers who witnessed the incident spoke of a lance of light issuing from within the cocoon.
Oh.
Of an entire warship being reduced to smoking ruin in the space of a moment.
That's not good. That's a lot of power.
Veterans of Cartano, meanwhile, likened the destruction to that wrought by the fiery wrath of Bahamut.
That also is not good.
We could face another calamity.
Yeah.
So the Primal is awake then? Contained, yes, but for how long? We must destroy it now, lest it break free.
And how are we gonna approach it? It destroyed an airship.
There is, however, the small matter of how to get close enough to a being that swats warships from the sky as you would a bothersome gnat.
Exactly that is what I just said. So... Hello?
Is this truly so complex a puzzle?
Yeah.
Or have you no stomach for the obvious solution?
Oh, there it is. Cue the credits.
What in the hells are you doing here?
Pleasure to see you too, Garland. Now, if you'd be so kind as to explain to these good people why you should be begging me for my assistance, that would be most appreciated.
No. Ah, Nero.
Who is this man?
Nero Tolskaeva. He was part of the previous attempt of the Empire to seize Eorzea through the Ultima weapon.
Oh, how terrifically rude of me. Nero Tolskaeva, former tribunus of the 14th Legion of the Garlean Empire. These days, however, one might say that I'm something of a free agent.
You work for yourself is basically what you mean.
What do you want, Nero?
Or you don't have a job. Also another way to put it.
I was getting to that. Although you already know what I'm about to propose, old friend. As you have rather belatedly realized, within that frail binding lurks an entity alike in strength to the great Bahamut, and the only force in existence which might conceivably contend with such a foe is the very creation which captured the Elder Primal in the first place. I speak, of course, of Omega.
The end of all.
Omega? That Hulk has been gathering dust beneath the plains of Cartanow since the Alagans breathed their last. And none alive knows how to wake it.
But if you don't know how to wake it, you don't understand it, but you make a primal of it, then what then?
I'm sorry? Do you understand who it is with whom you have the privilege of speaking?
Oh, spare me.
I'm Nero Tolskaeva, Master Engineer, the mechanical genius who restored the Ultima weapon to full operational capacity.
Not that good of a job, if I do say
As
so.
luck would have it, I'm graciously offering you the use of my considerable expertise.
Yeah. So skip all of this gloating.
And what, you just expect us to accept? You're a fool if you think your deeds at the Crystal Tower are enough to win my trust, Nero.
Of course.
Trust? You wound me, Garland. All those years studying side by side at the Academy, sharing both trial and triumph, we were countrymen once, you and I.
Yeah, but that's not enough to be called friends or trustworthy.
But sentiment aside, have you a better solution? Or do you mean to send in your vaunted hero there, as you always do, and pray the world is not engulfed in flame?
Well, I would be willing to try. You didn't even say
Let us
no
approach
offense.
the problem in a rational manner.
Does not the fact that Omega slumbers in stasis point to the existence of some overriding technology? A means of control?
Nah.
I would ask a question, if I may. Nero, was it not? In the event that we succeeded in using Omega to shackle the Primal in the manner you propose, what then would become of it? Do we not risk repeating the mistakes of the Alagans?
Yes.
Omega is but a tool. How we choose to employ that tool is entirely up to us. Of course, if you would rather leave it buried beneath Cartano while you continue your petty squabbles above, then I suppose that is also your choice.
It is, but also I don't want to.
Spare us, Nero. The Seedseer's concern is a valid one. He who controls Omega wields the power of the gods, the very power which led the Alagans to destroy themselves.
Is that how you actually say it? Alagans?
And does it not fall to we engineers to prevent such misuse? What was your company's proud slogan? Freedom through technology?
Using your words against you, Sid.
A creed you follow, is it? What say you? Do we take this villain at his word?
I don't want to say no, I also don't want to say yes. I'll keep an eye on him. Yeah, we don't take him at his word, but we make heed, and I'll keep an eye on him.
As will I. I don't like it, but then it doesn't look like we have much choice.
Exactly that. It's quite a pressing matter, honestly.
Would the Council be willing to entrust this matter to a pair of former Imperials?
Well, former is a word that I trust in, so... At least for you, Sid.
Yes. The task of restoring the Alagan relic will be yours. But the responsibility for its reawakening must remain with the Council. Do we condone this course of action?
Aye. 'Twould seem we do. Let the record show that we invest this contingent with the authority to enter Cartano and take command of Omega.
Alright.
Sid, I appoint you leader of the expedition. Scions, I would ask that you assign some few of your number to escort Master Garland and supervise the other one.
Yes, you are the other one. Of course I will go.
We should be happy to oblige. The politics of Cartano being what they are, I dare say our neutrality will prove useful in avoiding any unnecessary entanglements.
If I am not mistaken, Doma occupies a similarly neutral position. Might we not persuade you to join the expedition, Lady Yugiri? If you suspected any foul play from Nero, you would be welcome to kill him.
Straight up!
My blade is yours.
You don't really seem all that happy.
Not a moment's hesitation, eh? You'll forgive me if I do not shake your hand.
Sid's disappointment in having to team up with Nero again is so precious. Sorry. Alright then, Alphino. Well, that was a rather unexpected development, and one which raises a number of questions, not least among them how Nero chanced to learn of the council meeting in the first place. Was it leaked somehow? We get a gift. From here we get a gift. Sid and the others are assembling at the airship landing. Alice is already on her way, and I would not do to lag too far behind. Let us be off. Airship landing, here we go. It's the closest here in the Aetherite Plaza. Plaza. Here we go. So we're finally here and going downstairs to the Carl and Canopy Winter 2. We can jump in below through to the stairs as we seek a passage to the airship landing. Hello, Sid. Gulen, Alphino, ready to go? The others have stepped out into the landing for a moment, lest you wonder. Nero insisted that he be allowed to inspect the Excelsior before boarding. And you let him, despite his very timely offer of assistance. The thought of that man poking about in the workings of the ship without proper supervision does not fill me with confidence. Calm yourself, Alphino. Your sister was adamant that he would never leave her sight. She and Yugiri are... well, here they are now. Tell me what it is. Just how it is. Right, I think that's everyone. Shall I set course for Cartano? Ah, might I ask that we delay our departure slightly? I require no more than a few hours at most. Our colleagues are studying the cocoon even as we speak, and I would hear the latest observations ere we proceed. It would seem wise to gain as clear an understanding of the situation as possible before formulating our plan. Oh, I thought time was against us. How foolish of me. Hold your tongue. When we want your opinion, we'll ask for it. Forgive me, my lady. I shall keep my counsel until such time as you have finished procrastinating. Alright? While Alphino speaks with his colleagues, I shall fly the Excelsiors over to Mordona, and we can reconvene at the Rising Stones. Mine apologies for the trouble. I shall visit Gistola and the others forthwith, and join you as soon as I am able. Gulen, pray accompany Alice back to the Rising Stones. I should feel safer knowing you are present to entertain our guest. Right, everyone heading to Mordona is welcome to travel aboard the Excelsior. I'll clear things with the girl at the counter here. Let her know when you're ready to leave. Alrighty, thanks. Will do! Just immediately, actually, I'm ready to go. Hey, Hida. Let's travel to Mordona. And here we are at Mordona. Not quite a door-to-door service, but I couldn't exactly land here in the Toll's main square. Shall we adjourn to the Rising Stones then? Yes, please do. I'll join you anon. I mean, I could have just warped over. It's fine, though. This is still quite close. Hello, Rising Stones. I have arrived in the back of my dragon. Friend, Midgard Sormer. Alrighty then. I fear that this will go into another raid. I just fear it.
So these are the fabled headquarters of the Scions. I confess I would have expected an order of self-proclaimed warrior scholars to surround themselves with the fruits of man's enlightenment. And yet there's not so much as a single piece of magitech in sight.
Also, why would we let you come in here if there were magitech that you could just grab and modify?
It never ceases to amaze me how primitive you Eorzeans truly are.
No, we just don't think of war all the time.
Oh, I'll have you know that the Rising Stones is home to the very latest in magitech innovation.
Tataru, shh!
Wedge calls it the Mark 14 Thermocoil Boilmaster, and it's the finest kettle I've ever had the pleasure to own.
Oh, that's nice. Hello, Alphino. Ida.
We are returned. Well, Ida and I, at least. Ishtola and the others remained behind to continue their assessment of the binding magic.
Right.
There didn't seem much point staying just for that, so I decided to come back with Alphino. Papalimo bought us this time. We shouldn't waste it.
Exactly that. Thanks, Ida. Oh, hi. He's arrived.
Good gods, that voice could fell a gigas.
This is the Rising Stones, domicile of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I enter at the invitation of one Lord Urianger.
Thank you.
I spy you there, Shadow Walker. You always were a hard one to find.
What do you mean?
Yugiri, do you know this man?
Shadow Walker, he called her.
Gosetsu, why are you come to Eorzea?
In search of you, Yugiri. For days and nights did I row across the angry sea.
By rowing?
Importing good spirits. Only for my own flesh to betray me over the trifling matter of an empty belly. Collapsed in the street like an unfed stray I was. Until Lord Urianger came to my aid.
So?
Over a most welcome meal, we spoke of the plight of Doma. And I learned of our displaced countrymen's work to resettle this blighted land. 'Twas blind fortune that I was able to locate you so swiftly. But now we must make ready to depart. Our master languishes in dire peril, and Doma calls her daughter home.
Oh. You see, we're in the middle of something right
It is
now.
not so simple, Gosetsu. There are obligations which bind me here.
Technically speaking.
You refuse? Did you mislay your oath during your flight from our homeland? The laws of hospitality must be honored, but surely the vow to defend your master demands the greater obeisance.
It was our master who bid me guide our people to safe haven by any means necessary. And it was the Scions you see before you who provided us succor and sanctuary when all others refused. Dire peril or no, were I to return without first repaying such hospitality, our master would cut me down at the threshold.
Mayhap that is so.
Just mayhap.
There is more. A crisis threatens all within this realm, Eorzean and Doman alike, and I go to play my part in its resolution. I will not bring shame upon our liege by abandoning my people or my duty.
So, maybe after?
How very noble of you. Now, in the name of honor, kinship, and, practicality, might I suggest we get this expedition underway? Or would you rather debate the finer points of duty and leave Omega to the Empire?
No, it's fine. Just shut up.
Yugiri, you draw steel against the curse of Garlemald?
Yes.
Then why did you not say so? My blade is oathbound to fall upon the ranks of the Imperials wheresoever they march. Lead on, Shadow Walker, and may the enemy tremble at our coming.
He looks in good spirits again. So strong. Huge guy.
Gulen, wait. Could I speak to you for a moment? Do you remember when I had you meet me at the Diamond Forge and we, ambushed you?
Yes, I quite remember that. It was at the beginning of today's stream.
Well, once we had our measurements, I set to work making you a traveling outfit in my spare time. I've only just this moment finished the stitching, but I wanted you to have it before you left. Here.
Thank you, Tataru.
You can try it on right now if you'd like.
Will do. Dashing, it looks good. Why do I look like Hildebrand a little?
Assuming we measured correctly, the fit should be just right. It's not, but not too snug, if you know what I mean. So, how does it feel?
Perfect.
You're not just saying that, are you? Oh, I can't tell you how much this means to me. I've crafted something worthy of the Warrior of Light. It's, well, let's just say it makes all the practice worthwhile. I also sewed in a blood pearl charm to, bring you home.
May it always protect you. Thank you. I appreciate it lots. Scion Adventurer's monocle, jacket, bottoms, and boots. This will make a great, amazing glamour at some point. However, I do not have enough space for these two, so... I mean, for now, this is fine. I will end up, like, putting them on the glamour for a later use, so... Fly free, my pretty. It's also not the end. So we have to wake Omega up, right? When do we start? Ida, are you sure that's... I'm sure, yes. I won't lie and say I'm completely fine, but I'll feel a lot better if I'm doing something useful. Very well, I will remain here and continue coordinating our efforts with the Alliance. Alfido, mayhap you could return to Gridania and assist Y'shtola and Krile. A fine suggestion. The rest of us will form the Cartano expedition party. Nero and I will focus on rousing Omega, while Gulen, Ida, and our Doman friends take care of security. Right. The Excelsior is by the lake just outside town. We'll leave as soon as everyone is ready. Alright then. Quest accepted. What is the thing that, like, the Far Edge of Fate is 77% complete, so I'm guessing it won't be another raid, because if it was, I wouldn't dare think that it is just like 20% more. Granted, I don't know how much each quest is worth in percentage, but I believe that we're doing fine right now. Like, actually fine. Oh yeah, quite. This is another sink. We haven't far to go. With any luck, we'll be in Cartano before Gosetsu graces the deck with his dinner. Once there, however, we had best be on our guard. Given that Eileen Royal was still active when Omega was discovered, we can be sure that the Empire has long been aware of its existence, and if Nero deemed it the obvious solution to the threat posed by his new primal, it is not impossible that Gardermal might do the same. Have your weapons ready and your wits about you. Something tells me we're flying into a fight. Level 60 duty. Here we go. We're gonna do well. This is gonna be fine. And welcome to Cartano once more. Hello? So this is where you was all this time.
Now where was that? Ah.
The fact that you know all this means that you've been here previously.
I've enabled the teleporter. One brief jump and we shall arrive in Omega's control room.
How convenient. You've been here before.
Yeah.
Of course. It was no easy task threading a path through all the skirmishes. But how could I ignore the existence of such a fascinating toy?
Oh, man.
You may trust that my preliminary examination was suitably thorough.
Yeah, thorough as you might be.
I trust your appetite for technology.
Oh?
I chased down a suspect airship, and who should I find but the traitor, Sid Garland.
And a disgraced ex-part of the army.
Searching for something, engineer? Something big? It's close, isn't it?
Nah.
It's like all my name days have come at once.
What do you mean all your name days have come? They come at the same time every year.
The Empire could have sent. Take care of that brute, will you?
What do you mean? Oh, really?
God damn it. Can't let Nero tinker around in there by himself. I'm sorry to leave you to it, but I dare say you'll manage without me.
Yeah.
This Claude has no idea who he's dealing with.
Don't worry about it, Sid. Alright, here we go. Hello?
I am Gosetsu, Samurai of Doma. You will rue your choice of opponent this day.
Let's go, Samurai! I kind of like your axe, not gonna lie, but looks inconvenient.
No holding back.
Concentration is a thing that I have usually when I do stuff like this. It's just one enemy, and this is a regular duty. It is not an instance raid or anything of the sort, so I believe that this should be fine. I don't think it will get super complicated, is what I mean. Yeah, of course. There's so many peeps! There's so many peeps! Why am I not getting them? I have my stuff activated, dude. Come on, Grin what? Or Grin what?
Your defense is nothing.
Now. Hello? Surrender. We have you outnumbered. Not for long, I don't think. Wouldn't be the first time. Hello? I'm sorry, I interrupt this message with, Are you still playing with those soldiers? I suppose I can lend you one of my toys, but only if you promise to give it back. What do you mean, one of your toys? I really don't trust you, Nero. Hello? I mean, it's red, but hello? How I've missed you? Behold, the Red Baron! Now enters the nonsense, man. What the? No one told me they'd have Magitech armor. Forward for the Empire! The honorless Kurd thinks to have abandoned his men. I shall see that he shares their fate. Pray attend to the rest of his minions. Alrighty then. I will do. You can go on ahead and chase him. Hi. Good gravy, man. I like this.
Leave this to me.
Okay. Take that. Okay, that's it for Ida's side. Bam. Gosh. Well, at the very least I hit someone. Come now here. I mistimed that quite a bit. I'm not gonna lie, I really did mistime that quite a bit. Good. Well, I defeated one. Attacking multiple seems to be a little bit harder than what I thought. Self-detonate. No, I don't think they're bluffing, actually. Close, but no cigar. Go cannon! The Trinity Circle just went into kaput man mode. Come now, man. Here we go. How many more are there? Oh, are we almost done? You can't just run off. So, can we? I think it's done. Damn it all to the 7th hell. I'll kill you bastard if this is the last thing I do. Maybe not. Maybe he's just pissed. Okay, sure. I think this time for sure you're just going down. Sorry. It is starting to get quite a bit late now, so I might actually have to stop in the middle of it. Yeah, okay. I walked straight into that one. It was such a perfect circle, too. Come on now, come on now. Any moment now. Done. Coolio, tally-ho. You haven't seen the last of me. Mark my words. I think that's literally the last of you now. Well, yeah. At least for a while, because they have known how to use their characters. I am returned. All the way down. My eyes! I was just recovering from that, man. Pretty lights.
Temporal stasis disengaged. All systems operational. Garland?
All
What?
clear on this side. It's waking up.
So that was easy. Getting Omega was easy. Looks like a lizard.
Remarkable. Omega sensors immediately detected the presence of the cocoon, even at this distance. They must have been set to scan for sources of energy exceeding certain magnitudes.
Probably, and with a certain
I
type
still
of
don't see
reading
any
too.
means to control the machine directly. It seems to have been designed to act wholly autonomously.
At the same time, isn't that just not great?
Once we release Omega, we can be fairly certain it will attempt to capture the Primal at Belsar's Wall. Assuming its mission is successful, our only option at that point will be to re-engage its stasis system and put it back to sleep.
Right.
And should the machine happen to misbehave, we'll simply initiate an emergency shutdown. I confess we don't yet have a complete grasp of its capabilities, but I'm certain the details will not elude us for long.
Right. That's a fair assumption.
Well, I understood less than half of that. So, my question to you is, are we doing the right thing?
If you believe this to be the right thing, yes. Well, what do you think, actually?
What do I think?
Yes, what do you think? Come now, Ida.
All right. Step aside, Sid. Is this the thing I need to press?
What?
Yes, that's the one.
This is so confusing, actually. What? There we go. Hand was cracking. And my back
You gave
hurts.
too much for us to waste this chance, Papalimo. So this is for you.
Ah, there it is,
And
my
me.
back. And another one. Oh, there it is. That was... Ooh. Right on time for this. Oh.
Yes! Fly free, my pretty!
What?
Show us what you can do.
I'm gonna cut him short a little. What? His excitement is just way too much.
The launch sequence has begun. Omega is loose.
Unfortunate. But it is what it is. Right?
Right. Right.
Uh-oh. Hello? Uh-oh. Looks quite similar to Bahamut, but longer. Is this the worm that we were just talking about now? Is this a Ryu? What? Making me a bit nervous, honestly. Because Laser just went, I can't let you do that, Star Fox. Out goes the dragon. Here comes the ship. Yikes. The lights. What is this? Honestly, being able to survive a big dragon's attack like that, wow, okay. Exactly because of this, yeah, exactly. Yeah, you see. Now you know. Gigantic explosion once more. Yikes. Trying my hardest, honestly, right now. I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. But what happens to everything and everyone else? That's a green one, it just went away over somewhere.
Omega has stopped transmitting. But that shouldn't be. I didn't engage the stasis system.
Should it be the case that it just sleeps by
And what
default?
does this signify? I have little understanding of these contrivances.
Don't worry, you're fine as you are.
The launch went exactly to plan, but all signals emanating from Omega have ceased.
Yeah.
This may indicate any number of things, but we will need to join the Scions out in the field if we are to ascertain which one.
Okay. Hello?
Right. I've ordered a malfunctioning beast to go to sleep. That should prevent any unfortunate mishaps. I suggest we make our way back to Gridania.
Yeah. Okay. So, Ida, what do you think? Hello?
Omega destroyed the cocoon.
What?
Papalimo's spell is fading. It was bound to his ether, you see. And if the connection is broken...
I got you. Oh, Ida. Oh, Ida. Alright then. Then mark the end of that, so... I'm not sure why we lost contact with Omega, but I mean to find out. Let's be on our way. To Gridania we go. And we'll finish this one. One moment everything was functioning perfectly and the next it wasn't. It makes no sense. We need to see what happened for ourselves, and soon. Alright then. That is what we're going to do next time. And hopefully next time, actually for real, we will finish Final Fantasy XIV on your catalog. Like, yeah. Jeez. Before I totally leave, that was 88%, so that was about, like 11%. That means basically 2 more quests is what is left. Yeah. Anyways, if you made it this far, thank you so very much for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, then thank you so very much for watching. You've made it all the way over here, which is almost 3 hours, so thank you so very much for that. I appreciate the support. And of course, you can support me by subscribing to the channel here on YouTube if you haven't done so already, or you can go over to Twitch and follow me over there so that you know when these ones are starting and you can watch them live, talk with me, and give me some pointers because I definitely need them. So, that is going to be everything, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Bye.